Now, these are supposed to be special trinomials, but the thing with these trinomials is that you can factor them like a normal trinomial if you wanted to. Here, check out this top one. I'll just factor it normal. What times what gives you 25, and then adds to give you negative 10. Now, because there's a leading coefficient of 1, I can just write this out like so, put an x at the beginning of both of these, and then say negative 5 and negative 5. Now, those are the same factors, so I can write them as x minus 5 raised to the second power. Okay, and that's your answer. Now, this is why he's special. This is a special trinomial because it's a perfect square. If I square this binomial, I get this trinomial. This also is a special trinomial. It's called a perfect square trinomial. But I'm going to still factor this the way that we would know how to factor it, most likely. I'm going to use the box, and to use the box, our answers are going to be the factors that we pull out of the numbers. So we have 16x squared, and then we have 1, and then the 8x goes right here. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the two numbers that add to 8x that work inside this box. You can use the big X if you still really like the big X, and you can go 16 times 1. Now you might ask, how come I'm doing all this stuff and not just going straight to this like before? Well, this one has a positive 1 for leading coefficient. This one does not. It has a 16. So 16 times 1 is 16, so I put 16 up here, and then what times what gives me 16, but then adds to give me 8. So 4 and 4. That means I put 4x in here and here. So now I look at each column and row and see what I can pull out. What can I pull out of this column? I can divide both of those by 4 and an x. What can I divide both of these by? Uno. Okay, what can I divide both of these guys? 4x. Oh my goodness, this looks like the same thing as the top. What can I divide both of those by? 1. Uno. So now you have your answer. You have 4x plus 1, that's from the top, and then 4x plus 1, which is from the side. And yes, you can write this as 4x plus 1 and then put a squared on it. So, if it's so special, is there a special way to factor these? Yes, there is. I don't think it's worth memorizing, but I'm going to show you anyways, just because what if you got like some cool challenge problem and you're able to do it? I don't know. So, if this is a perfect square and this is a perfect square, then there's a chance that this is a perfect square trinomial. So what you do is you have to rewrite everything with the parentheses. See if you can square it. So this is the template. Okay, can I rewrite this to be in this template? So here's the deal. What you do is you square root the first term. What is 16x squared square rooted? It is 4x. So I put 4x right here. 4x squared is the same as 16x squared, right? Right. What is 1 square rooted? Yeah, that one's just 1. Okay. So far this part works. If you get the first and last term to work, then maybe the middle part works. Now, does the 8x equal 2 times 4x times 1? So I put the 4x right here and the 1 right here. I get the 4x and the 1 from these guys. 2 times 4x times 1, does that give me 8x? Yes. You know what that means? If this works, you don't have to do any of this stuff right here. All you have to do is recognize, oh, this is a perfect square trinomial. My answer is going to look like this. And all I do is I put the 4x right here and I put the 1 right here and I'm done. So if you know that this is a special trinomial, a perfect square trinomial, you can do that. And that's okay because it's special.